Welcome to Weekly Digest, where we highlight the work of ministers of government as they push the administration's development agenda. Picking up from where we left off last week, Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Honorable Mahabir Anil Nandlal says the decision of Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George on Monday demonstrated the prevalence of democracy in Guyana. The Chief Justice dismissed the final of two elections petitions filed by a Partnership for National Unity Alliance for Change that challenged the results of the March 2, 2020 general elections.
This decision has confirmed that the will of the people, as expressed at the March 2nd elections, have been vindicated. This decision has confirmed that the rule of law is operable in Guyana and that the elections were held in accordance with the Constitution and the laws of Guyana.
The AG affirmed that Order 60, called the National Recount Order, is valid, a position that was upheld by Justice George. The petitioners had argued that the recount order is null and void and of no legal effect, claiming the Guyana Elections Commission has no power to conduct an elections recount by way of an order.
The recount process, which was embarked upon by GECOM, was a lawful one, and that GECOM has the powers in circumstances where there are difficulties to do that which is necessary and expedient to bring a satisfactory conclusion to the electoral process.
AG Nandlal also said government was ready should the rulings be appealed. Residents of Region 10 are on board with the administration's Guyana Online Academy of Learning GOAL program following its launch in a mining town on Monday. Minister of Public Works Honorable Bishop Juan Edgell spearheaded the exercise at both the Mackenzie and New Silver City High Schools. Minister Edgell told the residents that government is invested in their education and that the rollout of the initiative in the region is a testament to the value the administration places on the people. He said the scholarships are intended to provide equal opportunities and access.
We are going to prosper Guyana for all Guyanese. We're going to bring development to all Guyana, and that is not based on the results of the ballot box. It is based on the fact that you are Guyanese, equal like any other Guyanese, and you deserve it, and you will have it. That is what your government is committing to you here today with this rollout.
On the matter of the quality of internet services, Minister Edgell reminded Londoners that the Prime Minister is working to ensure internet is both accessible and affordable. The initiative is a flagship project of the PPPC government in keeping with a campaign manifesto promise to deliver 20,000 online scholarships to citizens within its first term in office. Flood-affected residents of Little Diamond on the east bank of Demerara have been assured of government support to return their lives to normalcy. Over 100 households were flooded on Monday following a breach at a dam in the community. Minister of Agriculture Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa, Minister of Public Works Honorable Bishop Juan Edgell, and Minister within the Ministry of Public Works Honorable Deodat Indar visited the community along with the Civil Defense Commission, which conducted an assessment of the residents' needs.
The breach is caused by the negligence of the contractor who is performing duty here, because residents reported that there was a machine on the dam that they built, and it seemed that the machine had some issue, and then we tried to remove the machine, and after that we had the breach.
I'm making that commitment. I will speak to my cabinet colleagues. The CDC is already doing some assessment. They came in with some relief. But the issue is the contractor may very well have to be penalized to compensate the people.
On Tuesday, Agriculture Minister Honorable Zulfikar Mustafa and his technical officers returned to Little Diamond, East Bank, Demerara to assess the progress of the ongoing works. While works were moving apace to rectify the flooding situation, Minister Mustafa said he was exploring legal options to have the contractor compensate the 114 households for the damages.
The residents should be compensated by the contractor, and I am hoping that we can use some legal framework, because we still have some sum in the contract. Those household appliances, very expensive household appliances, I think that the residents need somebody to compensate them. And if anybody should compensate them, it's the contractor.
Minister Mustafa has given up to mid-May for the final set of works to be completed at the location. Assistance is also being sought from the Guyana Livestock Development Authority for residents whose livestock were affected by the flood. Minister of Public Works Honorable Bishop Juan Edgell has addressed potential flooding at Riverview Rhymeveld. On Tuesday, the minister alongside technical officials assessed the effects of the ongoing springtide.
We want to assure the nation that despite of the challenges that we face, the Sea and River Defense Department and the Force Account Unit of the Ministry of Public Works, we are rising to the challenge and we could put people's fears to rest. Everything is being done in a proactive manner.
Minister Edgell maintained that the inspection at Rhymeveld is part of a wider inspection of river defenses across the country. Regarding the situation at Riverview, Minister Edgell says he is disappointed that river defense work slated to be completed in 2019 were behind schedule. Amid the setbacks, the minister says an agreement was brokered with the contractor over the works that had a 3-month deadline. The minister noted that government is resolute in its position that contracts should be fully executed or else other contractors will be hired to do the work. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Honorable Gail Teixeira has urged residents in several Amerindian communities to get vaccinated against COVID-19. Minister Teixeira made this appeal during an outreach to Regions 7 and 10 over the last weekend.
I am appealing to you because too many areas are saying no. And I'm asking the Tushao and the village council, the religious leaders of this community, the teachers, to go house to house and encourage people to go and get vaccinated. I'm begging you.
Minister Teixeira's plea follows reports of a slow response to the ongoing COVID-19 vaccination exercise. Additionally, Minister Teixeira distributed 200 food hampers to 4 Amerindian villages during the outreach. Minister of Health Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony has assured athletes involved in high-intensity training that the COVID vaccine is safe and would not affect performance. He was speaking during Wednesday's COVID-19 update.
If you're an athlete, it wouldn't have any adverse effect on your performance as an athlete, and therefore there's no reason why high performance, or all athletes for that matter, there's no reason why they shouldn't take the vaccine.
Minister Anthony says government would consider permitting sporting activities when the participants are all vaccinated and Guyana reaches herd immunity.
We would consider it when we see that we have high amounts of vaccination, but right now you still have a lot of people that would need to get a vaccine. Once we are able to achieve herd immunity, then a number of things we would be able to open up, not just sports, but a number of other events.
To achieve herd immunity, close to 500,000 individuals have to be vaccinated. The Carisparoo Primary School in Region 8 will soon undergo major infrastructural works. The works will be undertaken by the regional administration. Minister of Amerindian Affairs Honorable Pauline Sukai made this announcement during her 5-day outreach in the region.
A project was awarded already to get your school in shape. So that will be a second intervention based on the program of the RDC. So we will also continue to press for the teachers' quarters to be repaired or refurbished. It is necessary for your children to access a similar level of educational access like any place else. And we will have to change the course of neglect to one whereby your development is put at the same level like other communities.
Minister Sukai said the deplorable condition of the teachers' quarters and the absence of a healthcare worker will also be addressed as soon as possible. Aside from this, she also distributed food hampers, sewing machines and sport equipment and gear to the community. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance, Honorable Gail Teixeira, has encouraged young people in Amerindian villages to take advantage of the government's 20,000 online scholarships. Minister Teixeira advised the youths during a recent two-day outreach in Regions 7 and 10.
So I want to encourage the people of Riverview to see this as important, because we need to develop skills in our country to be able to deal with the modern Guyana, a modern, diversified Guyana, where our young people have the right skills and the opportunities to improve themselves.
During the outreach, Minister Teixeira reminded the residents that Guyana is en route to transformational and economic development. To support this, she noted that there will be a demand of skilled Guyanese. The scholarship initiative is in keeping with the commitment made by the Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali-led government to grant 20,000 online scholarships over the next 5 years. 4,500 scholarships will be awarded this year. Minister of Health Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony says more than 136,000 people have taken the first shot of the COVID-19 vaccine. However, during Friday's COVID-19 update, he says there are notable lags in some regions.
As of yesterday, persons who have received their first dose would have numbered 136,152 persons. When we look at the regions themselves, we see that on average Region 6 is doing a little bit better and Region 10 is lagging behind. So we'll have to do some more work in 10 to try to get more people taking the vaccines in 10. Persons who have received their second dose would have been about 4,675 persons. So it's progressing well, but we'd like to see more people come forward and to take their vaccines.
Minister Anthony noted that though the number of vaccinated persons is high, there is no shortage of vaccines. As such, he is urging more individuals to take the COVID-19 jabs to ensure the country reaches herd immunity. Government has already received 265,000 doses of COVID-19 vaccines. Another tranche of vaccines is expected from Russia this month, while 38,000 more vaccines will arrive in Guyana from the COVAX facility before the end of May. Minister of Parliamentary Affairs and Governance Honorable Gail Teixeira has charged the residents of Corral in Region 7 to effectively manage the newly commissioned sawmill. Minister Teixeira commissioned the sawmill during her recent two-day outreach to Regions 7 and 10.
This project is well situated for the future for Corral and the future in Region 7. And if we don't manage it well and we don't put accountability systems in, it will fail and it will be of no use to the village. So we have to look at, as we commission today and we congratulate you, we also say to you, you want this to be sustainable. You want this to last for many years to come, and you add on new equipment, you expand, and you become more sophisticated in the kind of equipment and wood you produce.
The minister advised the village to establish a management committee which will oversee the administration of the sawmill. She noted that this can be spearheaded with support from the Tushaus. The minister recommended that annually a report be compiled detailing the amount of wood delivered to the sawmill, the cost it was sold for, and the cost of maintaining it. This, she noted, will ensure transparency and accountability in its management. Minister of Health Honorable Dr. Frank Anthony says the level of immunity of the COVID vaccine will not decrease if an individual is immunized immediately after recovering from the disease. He noted that the World Health Organization had placed a 3-month period between recovery and vaccination due to vaccine scarcity. Minister Anthony reiterated that there is no shortage of COVID-19 vaccines in Guyana.
So we have changed that a little bit to allow for persons who have recovered immediately after they recovered, or we consider them recovered, that they can come and they'll be eligible to receive that vaccine. So our things are a little bit different from what is advised.
Dr. Anthony, meantime, underscored the importance of taking the second dose of the vaccine.
So if you want to use first dose is going to get you at a certain level, but if you add a booster, then it goes higher and you're even more protected. So it's important that you come back for your second dose.
Minister of Education Honorable Priya Manikchan on Friday launched the government's 20,000 online scholarship program in Region 5. The Education Ministry is partnering with the Ministry of Public Service to provide the scholarships, which would be facilitated through the Guyana Online Academy of Learning, GOAL. Minister Manikchan, accompanied by Member of Parliament Mr. Faisal Jafar Ali and representatives of the Region 5 administration, visited Novar and Lachman Singh primary schools, where she told those in attendance that this initiative fulfills government's manifesto promise and paves the way for the nation's future leaders.
We can't place a value on education because it's invaluable. And it will serve you so many times repeatedly that you really can't count it. And the truth is, your life changes if you have qualifications that allow you independence. Anything that allows you to be independent, that allows you to earn for yourself, that allows you the confidence and dignity of knowing you can stand by yourself and stand up for yourself, is something that cannot be measured.
Minister Manikchan said government would continue to provide opportunities for the benefit of all Guyanese. Meanwhile, MP Jafar Ali urged the youths to take advantage of this opportunity as it demonstrates the government's commitment to its people. Over 80 programs are being offered from 5 internationally acclaimed universities. On Friday, 83 prospective scholars from Region 10 submitted their applications to pursue studies through the government's 20,000 online scholarship program. During the launch of the program in Kokwani, 30 persons submitted applications, while 53 submitted theirs during a similar exercise held at the Watuka Guest House. Public Service Minister Honorable Sonia Parag said the program is not a gimmick, but a well-planned initiative created by President Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali prior to the 2020 elections.
This was a consultative process and discussions led with youth, with many members in different communities all across Guyana, all 10 regions. The President knew at that time that there were gaps to be filled. He knew that what he wanted to see was Guyanese be proud of themselves and be able to achieve or attain a tertiary education.
Minister of Public Works Honorable Bishop Juan Edgil accompanied Minister Parag at the launch and said the scholarship initiative is an excellent avenue to gain higher income through education.
Once we have an educated population, we can graduate from poverty and we can move up among the ranks of developed countries.
Residents of Number 7 and surrounding communities in the Mahaika-Berbice region will soon benefit from improved health care services. Minister of Local Government and Regional Development Honorable Nigel Darmlal made the announcement during a consultation with residents in the village.
We intend to upgrade this facility, this mangrove center that we have next door, and we want to convert it into a health center. Right? So that is going to be done this year in Number 7. So finally, we don't have to rush to Fort Wellington or rush to, in my time it used to be the dispensary at Bad Settlement or New Amsterdam Hospital, right? So our NDC will finally get a health center.
Residents were told that the investment is part of the government's unwavering support to citizens across Guyana. Minister Darmlal also committed to continue roadworks within the community through allocations in the 2021 budget, in addition to the upgrade of street lights. Residents were told that a mini excavator will be made available to alleviate drainage issues within the NDC that spans from Number 7 to Number 10. The government's Guyana Online Academy of Learning Gold scholarships will be distributed in a non-discriminate manner to the benefit of all eligible citizens. Minister of Education Honorable Priya Manikchan made this known during the rollout of the initiative at a synthetic track and field facility in Region 3 as part of the administration's 20,000 scholarship program on Saturday.
We are not here to serve PPP supporters alone or to serve the parents of students who are here who voted for us. We are here to serve every single Guyanese, regardless of how you voted, regardless of where you live.
Minister Manikchan encouraged citizens to tap into the initiative to increase their economic prospects and to develop the nation.
We're standing with you and supporting you and giving you the push you need to take you to the next level.
Minister within the Ministry of Public Works, Honorable Deodat Indar, accompanied Minister Malik Chan and urged citizens to put their education first.
Education development program is for every boy and girl who thinks or who are told that you can do better. You can do better, and you can do better with education.
The Ministry of Education is responsible for the management of the online scholarship program, while the Ministry of Public Service is tasked with awarding the scholarships. That's it for this edition of Weekly Digest. For these and other government-related information, do log on to our website, dpi.gov.gy, and our social media platforms as well. Goodbye.